Hi everybody, June here from Red Daisy Crafts. It is Sunday, November 9th, and we are going to be playing again this week with the Paper Pumpkin Cozy Christmas. Got some fun things planned and a little 3D project. We haven't done one of those in a while, so that'll be fun. So hopefully a few people will jump on, and in the meantime, I just thought I would show some of the things. I had a little Zoom class that I did yesterday, and I thought I'd show the projects we made. So we used the card kit that had the envelopes and the cards, and then the DSP pack that showed the 6x6 DSP pack. And so we did 10 cards with that pack. And these are the cards we made. We had a really fun time, and I hope to do more of these in the future. It was just a lot of fun, and just hanging out and crafting and making the cards. And so it was just a lot of fun. So we made 10 cards, and everybody got their cards done, and some of them doubled their kit so that they could actually make them a second set, and they'd have 20 Christmas cards. So really fun time. So I just wanted to share those with you, and so you could see what we did in that class. So we have been playing with the Paper Pumpkin kit for the last couple of weeks, and these are the cards that the kit was originally designed to make, and they are so beautiful. But we have made some really fun cards. So we made this card here. We made this one, which is a bit of a fun fold. It opens up like that, so that's fun. We made this card. We use a lot of the die cuts from the quarterly die cut pack. And last week we made this card, this one, and this one. So far we have made 6 alternate cards with this kit. I have not opened up a second box, which I normally do. And I'm kind of excited to see. I think with tonight, I will be using all of the elements, maybe have a couple of things left to kick around. I want to remind everybody, tomorrow is the deadline for the November Paper Pumpkin Kit. It is boxes this time, and you'll make some tags. There's going to be 2 different designs, and you'll make 4 of the tags for each of the 8 boxes. And the boxes, from what I understand, are like intended for a small treat, or at least a gift card will fit inside. So I'm excited to see what that's all about and see what else we might make with them. How we might maybe even make some cards with them. We'll see what that is. And if you're in my Paper Pumpkin group, I'll be putting up a link to register for Craft and Connect. So you have to be in the group to do that. There is a link in my description of this video if you want to join that group. But you must be in the group in order to participate in the Craft and Connect. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get started. This first card, I am going to be using some of the white and gold twine. I'm going to put us down to the table so that you can see better. There we go. So I'm going to be using some of that gold and white twine that's in the catalog right now. This comes in a pack. There's a gold and a white and a black and white. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. Hey, Wanda. How are you today? So we are going to oh, I got two things going here. Sorry, I grabbed both of my pieces. I didn't mean to do that. So we're gonna be working with the card base that is in the kit. It's the, I would say, like basic beige would be the color, I believe, of this. And so we're gonna have that. I did originally plan to cut the same color piece down for it, but we're gonna go in a little bit in a different direction than I had originally planned. So I want to use the tree design, but again, we're gonna make it a little shorter. So we're only gonna use these two pieces. And so I just want to know how much of a base I need to put this on, because we're gonna use the piece that we did last week in our time together. I had stamped this and then we embossed it. I'm not gonna emboss it today, but I figured I would just use this element to go behind our tree. And so if I'm figuring out what I need, it looks like I need a piece at least 3 inches by 4¼ inches. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this down to that size, and so that we can use this piece. Now let's see here. 4¼ I think this is the best decision on that. So I'm going to keep that little piece on the side. And then we need this to be down to 3 inches. So let's see what we have here. We have 3 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and take off 3/8 of an inch on this side, because I know we're going to lose some of those stars. And then if I change it to 3 on this side, I think that's going to be good. There we go. Did I get that right? I feel like it moved. I feel like it moved on me. It did move just so slightly. So I'm gonna get that off of there, but oh, we have a lot of fraying. Let me see here if I can just trim that off. When you're trying to cut such a thin edge off the paper, you can get some fraying if your blade is not completely at its best. Okay, and I know I have been using my blade quite a bit, so it's probably getting time for me to make a change to that. So we're going to have this piece, and this is going to be what we're going to put our tree on. We're going to just add our tree right onto that. But I want to have a base behind here. And so I was thinking this would be perfect. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to do, is we're going to have that right here. And then I don't know if you've seen this ribbon, but I do think that I'm going to use it with this project. It is the chevron ribbon. This is so pretty, and I love that it's like 1/8 of an inch, so it's super thin. But it's garden green and white, so I think it's going to go nice with this. So we'll bring that in with the cord, I think. And then we'll add in some of these other elements that go with the colors here. Still not clear on all this. I think I got it now. I think I got it all now. All right, so and I guess, you know what? I think I'm going to do it. So because it's already got like a rough edge, I think we'll just go ahead and distress it, because we haven't done that in a while. And I mean, with the crumb cake and the basic beige. I mean, it's kind of a little bit antique-y kind of colors. So what if we just go ahead and give it a little bit of a distressed look? So I'm just deciding this at the last minute here, but I think it's going to be perfect for this, especially with the velvet. I'm going to go ahead and do this one as well, just to have it all working toward the same theme here. And just taking my scissors and roughing up the edge of the paper. And because this paper has a white core, you're getting some of that white showing through, which I think even adds to this even more. Now, you know, you could get some ink out. You could put, you know, even more like a tea stain kind of look to it, but I'm not going to go that far. But I think that that's going to be really great for this. Yeah, I'm glad that was a happy thing. Hey, Jaylene, how are you? Oh, thanks so much. I appreciate that. All right, so this is going to go on here like so, and we'll pop that up. And then I think we'll probably try to bring in some of these elements. So I am going to go ahead and trim these off because I know that I am not going to be using them together. So I am going to get a little bit closer on these because I don't need all this extra white around them. So I'm just going to fussy cut some of this off of here, and that way we have better placement for it. So just fussy cutting these little green felted or velvety elements that came in the kit. So let me go ahead and grab this one as well. And I'm going to stop right there because I'm not sure we'll have room for all of that. And then I'm trying to decide which one of these do we want to have on, because I could move that up a bit. And then this could go right down here at the bottom like so. I could even scoot it up on there to give that more space. That would be fine. I'm going to go ahead and do a little rough edge on here as well, just so that it goes along with the whole theme of the card. And then we're going to stamp on here a sentiment. And I think we're just going to put joy on here. I think it fits. Just want to make sure. Oh, that's a little big. What does fit? Oh, the deck the halls. All right, we can do that. It's a tree, deck the halls. That's all goes together. Okay, so we are going to get our pecan pie out and my foam mat. All right. And then I will give you guys some dimensions on what I have here so that you know all the pieces. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Go ahead and get this stamped on here. There we go. I like the distressing with the pecan pie ink as well. All right, so let me just give you, I think we had already talked about this one. It's 3 inches by 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, excuse me. 3 inches by 4 1/4, and this I think is a standard piece, or no, it's not. This one is 3 3/4 by 4 7/8. Okay, those are the layering pieces that we're going to put on. So we are going to glue these down, or at least this layer we're going to glue down. And let me get my glue here. I just changed my glue out, so it's going to be nice and juicy. All right, so that's that piece right there. And I just want to smooth that out. And then I think I'm going to add this one with dimensionals. So I think we'll go ahead and glue our tree down on here. Now I think we had said we would put this a little bit higher. So I'm just eyeballing this to see. Okay, so we're going to glue this down right here. And it's going to go about right here. I'm going to use my grid paper to make sure I get it lined up straight. There we go. All right. And then we're going to glue this one as well. So have y'all made your kits? Have you finished them? Are you waiting to see all the options? I love to hear. Again, I'm just gluing this down here. And it's going to go a little bit off of the paper, but that's okay for what we have. All right, so I'm going to flip this over and add some dimensionals. So I need to get some out of here. I've been trying to use up all of my stash that I have around. Oh, I can use that because some of these are getting really down to the edges, but I love it. I found these I had from another paper pumpkin, so I'm just going to use these strips and cut this one in half. Put one here and then one here. That'll be great. So we are going to add this on here. Now I wanted to do this on dimensionals because this is where I thought I might be able to tuck some of these in underneath here. So of course these big strips don't give me a lot of wiggle room to tuck under, but we'll make it work. Okay, so that is going to go right on here. I am scooting it up just a tad so it won't be perfectly centered around here. And then we're going to add in the leaves. Let's see, where do I have an opening? One here. Like that. And let's see where we can put this one in. I think I have one down here. There we go. So So just a little bit down there, and then we'll add this one also. And we should have one over here where we can stick it in. That's right on the edge, so that's going to work out just fine. So just a little added thing, and so then I don't know, maybe I will stick this on here. Let's go ahead and just cut it out. I think we can make that work. These are such an interesting little element from the kit. So let's see here. I can just add them in right here. There we go. So that's our just a little bit of added interest. Oh, you're going to make yours on Tuesday. Awesome. Okay, so now let's do our sentiment. So we're going to add our sentiment right down here at the bottom. So we'll just put some dimensionals on the lower half, or actually, once again, this little strip is going to come in handy. And let's make sure we get it on the bottom. So that's going to go there. And then we will add a little bit of glue at the top just to set that on there. And that's going to go right there. And then we have our sequin. I don't want to forget that. Let's add a few of these on here. So I'll just add a couple of these around like so. Oh, I like it. Very fun. She's using up our, and you can see the distressing. I like how that is. I just think it made it a little more fun. I did find, oh, you got your refill kit too. I did find that I liked this as well. So these are the deer dots, and I love these garden green. I was thinking I might do this. So I'm getting just these little tiny ones and putting them in the center of the red sequin just to give it a little bit of extra, again, just extra interest. So just adding those into there. So it still gives you the shine, but not maybe as harsh, because those are some big red sequins, but that's fun. All right, so that's our first alternate card for today. All right, and then so I had some of these extra left over, and I thought we could use it for the card base because I don't have any more. Well, I do have one more, and we're going to use it for the last project. I don't have any more card bases, so I thought I would use this as one of the card bases today and bring that in. And let's see here. I have a couple of pieces already cut. So I have a real red cardstock. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. This is 3 3/8 inch by 4 1/4. Okay. And then I did cut this, and this is what I was saying earlier. So this was one of the pieces from the kit. And I trimmed it down, so I just had these extra pieces I just wanted to keep so I could show you what I had cut down. And then this one is cut down to 3 1/8 by 4 inches. And it's going to go just like so on here. And we're going to put that onto the card base here. Oh, you know what? I didn't even use any of the ribbons and stuff. I meant to use the ribbons on here. I need to think about it. Maybe we could still stick something, but I'm kind of good with it how it is. So maybe I didn't need it. Maybe I didn't need it. Okay. So we're going to have this on here. What made me think about it is I do think I want to use this on here. And I was just thinking that I might use that with the garden green, one that we've used before. So I do think I'm going to take this and we're going to wrap it around. This is getting out of hand here. It all is falling off of the spool. But I need it to be a little easier to work with. So let me just run my finger through here to settle it down. And then we'll do the same with this one. Just, I don't know, it seems to give it, it seems to settle it down if I do that. All right, so I do want my bow on this side of the card, so I'm just wrapping this around. And I want to give myself plenty of string, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna adjust this because it's not even at all. So I need to go this way. All right, because I want to try to have kind of a bigger floppy bow over here is what I want. All right, so we have these two items. I'm going to bring it over here. There we go. I got plenty of string here to work with, so should be able to get a nice bow here. Really, oh, I just love this together. I really liked these card bases. They're so pretty. The crumb cake with the foiling and the garden green with the foiling. It's just really, they're so pretty. All right, so I'm going to leave that just like that for now, and we can cut the tails once we get ready. All right, so this is going to come on here. We're going to put that, this piece is going to go on with dimensionals. So it's going to go right here. Okay, so we're going to work with this first. Let me go ahead and glue this down. To our layer piece. Making sure you can see I don't get off the screen. When I was having my class yesterday, in the middle of my class, my computer just decided it needed to restart in the middle of class and on the Zoom. And so that was very interesting and surprising. So that wasn't fun at all. All right, so on this one, we are going to use our, we're going to use this Joy on here, and there's plenty of room. It's okay if it hangs over, okay? But this is where we are going to tuck some of these in again. So I'm just trimming this off. And I guess on here, this one kind of goes under like that. And then we'll just add this one down here and we won't have the other piece. So I am going to just put a little bit of glue on here to get that in place. Like so. There we go. It's turned just a little too much. There we go. And let me pop the circle out here for the O in the joy. And then I realized I don't have the right sentiment label to do the to the world, but I'm not sure I have that. So we may just need to cut a little strip of white. That shouldn't be a problem. I have some here that I can use for that. Where are my, because that's not big enough. Right. All right. Let me cut just a little strip for the to the world here. So we're going to get like just a little 1/2 inch. And I'm going to go this way. And that's going to be perfect. Then what size is this? So it's about, so we need about 2.5 inches. So this is just a 1/2 inch by 2.5 for that sentiment. We'll get rid of this. And I guess I didn't know what I wanted to do because I had all these things out here. But if you're putting joy on here, we cannot put Merry Christmas as well. Like that's too much. All right, so let's get this. And this here. And I think I might want the garden green for this. So I'm going to grab my garden green ink pad. And there we go. Perfect. That's that. All right. All right. How's everybody doing? Oh, now we can stick these letters down. So I've been trying to decide if we add those with dimensionals. I think I'm going to just glue them down just because I don't want to end up with double dimensionals. And I'm not sure of where I will have other dimensionals. So let's see here. This is hard to see white on white like that. There we go. That's better. And just add the J here. Oh, we got way too much glue over here. It will be squirting out everywhere. We finally had some cooler weather this past week, at the beginning of last week. And then by Friday, it was back in the 90s. That's crazy. But I do think we're going to have some more colder weather. this week, so that'll be nice. We have a little bit of a fun outing this week with my clients, and we go to a shopping event. And I mean, it's kind of nice, like you're trying to get in the holiday spirit. You know, you kind of wish you have a little bit of cooler weather for it, right? I just think that would be delightful. All right, so that's what we're ending up with here for the time. And then this piece is going to get attached down here. So might just go ahead and do that while we're here. Just like that. All right, so this is going to go on to this piece here. Oh, this is where the joy to the world goes. And I am just going to put this right on here. All right, we're going to glue this part down. And then we'll pop up the joy to the world. I don't think it'll be interfering with anything as far as where we might put other dimensionals when we do by doing that. All right, so let's see here. We get this on here about as straight as we can. I think that's good. And then we'll add this with dimensionals. And again, I can use some of these little strips. Let me just cut this. I love that I'm getting to use up all these dimensionals that I opened. You know, I don't always craft in the same space, so I start something and I forget I already have something opened. Oh yeah, that looks nice. And I like that it's popped up. It just gives it that extra dimension. Perfect. Now I do feel like it's a little crooked, so I'm going to see if I can gently pull this one up and move it down just a tad. There we go. So yeah, there we go. That's better. Much better. You've had some really nice weather in Florida. That's nice. Oh, and you've had some rain. Good. Good. Oh yeah, it's going to get cooler. That's what I hear, Jaylene. It's going to get cooler. All right, so then this is going to get added right here with some dimensionals. So let's just go ahead and I'm going to just cut these down. And we're just going to add there and there. And here. And here. I think that's all we need for this. All right. And I love how this is going together with this card base. So I don't know if you guys got any of these, but it's also an option. All right. So I think I've got that straight. There we go. Then we're going to add a couple of these sequin to here. Oh, I don't know about you, but I've been having, they want to come off without the adhesive attached. There we go. So we're going to add one there and one up here. And then I think I'm going to add one right here. I think that's it. All right. I love that. I love how it came out. I will cut these a little bit, but kind of like that they're kind of long and stringy. I think that bow just looks so cute on here. Very fun. I love the bling. Very nice. Okay. So my next project is a 3D project, and we haven't done one in a while. So this is what we're doing here. Let me get some of these things out of the way and put away, just because otherwise I'm going to lose them. I have my little pouch of leftovers. So you can see I am down to very few things. I have some sentiment labels, and I have a few of the felted things. But no more card bases once we make this project. So I used the card base in the kit. I don't know if you can see it, but this is the card base in the kit. And thank you. I'm so glad you like it. This is where I was playing with the little green dots on the sequins. And so let me just show you here what we have. So this, I did use that chevron ribbon, and it's going underneath of here. And this box is one piece. So there's not a lid to lift off or anything like that. But I don't know if you've seen these little Santa Kit Kats, but they are the cutest. And I love that they're the same, but the packaging is a little bit different in there. And I mean, I just think they're so cute. And so I designed this box to fit these three. And to be honest, we use every inch of the card base to make it. And so I'm going to show you how I did that. And then we'll make a different kind of front for it. And you can repeat that if you would like. This will also hold a gift card. It's big enough for that. I have a gift card here, so you can see the size on here is perfect for that. You can't fit two in there, you know, that way. Well, you could on top of each other, but it's just a 1/2 inch deep. Okay. And it's super easy. Okay. So we're going to do it with a green card base right here. And let me show you how I did this. Okay. So let me just move some of these things out of the way so that we can get in the frame. All right. So I scored a 1/2 inch all the way around the card base. Okay. So we're going to do 1/2 inch here. And I'm going to go this way a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to go a 1/2 inch on this side. And we're going to do a 1/2 inch here. And actually, I'm going to hold off on this one because there is just a slight little tweak. So from this score line to here, we're going to have to put another score line in. And so this is 3 1/8. And so this is a 1/2 inch, right? And so I need to go 3 1/8. So I'm just lining this up with my 3 1/8 and making sure that I have this aligned properly. So I just want to make sure I get this in line. So I want my score line to be right at that 3 1/8. Okay. And it's really basically going to leave about a 1/2 inch right here. So if you look at your base over here, you could also just try to line your already scored mark with a 1/2 inch is what we're trying to get to. Okay. So that's what you have. So you have like just a 1/2 inch there. I don't know if you can see that very well. So this, so you're scoring in a 1/2 inch. Okay. And then we're going to do the same the other direction. But what I did was I added in a 1/16 of an inch. Okay. And so I just came over just ever so slightly, which basically means that you have an inch left on this lip over here. So if you have the Stampin' Up trimmer, you could just line up the edge with the 1 inch on the outside piece here, and then do another score line, and then you're going to do a 1/2 inch again. Okay. So you have 1/2 inch. Where's my ruler? You have scoring at a 1/2 inch. You have it at 3 3/4. You have it at 4 1/4. Then again at 8 and 8, or I'm sorry, 7 3/4, and then 8. And that's the scoring. Okay. And then you have a 1/2 inch on both sides. All right. Now we're going to do some cutting. Okay. And so we're going to start by cutting. This is the inside bottom. Okay. And so we're going to cut straight up on this score line to that 1/2 inch line. And then I'm going to cut out just a little bit of a miter spot there, just to make that a cleaner, like, put together. It'll just be neater and tighter fitting. And so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. All right. And then we are going to cut these right here. Like that. And right here. And I'm trying to remember if I just left those or what did I do? Oh, I did glue them down. Okay. We'll just leave that open for the time being so that I can make sure I get it right. And then we have this piece. Okay, so now you have the 2 lines down here. All right, so from the short edge, you're going to cut through both of them. Okay, and then you're going to cut the first one off completely. All right, and then do the same thing on the other side. You're going to cut this one off completely. So it looks like that. All right. And maybe if I flip it over, I don't know if it's easier to see or not. But we'll start to score it. But on this side, I do want to do just a tiny bit of mitering on these, just like I did on the other end, just because it'll make it easier. Let me get this very straight. Got extra. All right, so that's what we have. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to use our bone folder to just make some nice folds on here. Okay, all the way around. And I'm just scoring all the lines. So I'm doing both that one and then this one as well, like that. And then this side here. And then we'll do the center ones. So we're just burnishing all the score lines, okay? So it's all ready to put together. All right, so now we are going to put our box together, okay? So we're going to first put these together, this end together, and so I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the little flap here, and I'm just going to do them one at a time to just get them put together good. Okay, I got a little too much glue on this one. A lot of squirting going on that. And then we're going to do the other side here. You do not need that much glue, June. Careful. Be careful. All right, so now we have that put together. Then these two are going to go to the inside, okay? So this is where I want to go ahead and just turn this out like that. But we're going to put these to the inside of the bottom. So we're going to do this flap and like that, and then this side. Like that. And for whatever reason, which I'm not really sure why it ended up like this, but there's a little bit of a height there on that. So I'm going to trim that off because it's going to get in the way. I don't know how I ended up with that. That did not happen when I made it. Which means I didn't get my score line right in the right spot. All right. So now that's what we have. So we have the inside of our container. All right. So then it's going to, obviously fold over like this. So we're going to go ahead and put this side together. So now we're going to add these little flaps to the inside here. And like that. Right there. And then this side. And then we're going to glue this little flap down on the inside. And I just thought it gave it a nice, like we could have cut it off, but I just thought it gave it a nice little edge on it because it's going to be right at the opening. And so it just made a nice finish on that side. All right. So that's just that adhered down. And that's our little box. Is that the cutest or what? And you didn't have to even really change your card base at all. And so I have some more of those little Santas. So it's a little green one and the blue one and the pink one. They're going the wrong direction. There we go. And they just fit perfectly inside there, right? Just like so. All right, and then that just closes up around it, okay? So the next thing I did was I just took my ribbon and tied a bow around it, all right? So let's see here. Let me see how much I have here because I have a good amount. So 16. Yeah, I have 27 inches is what I have. So there's going to be plenty of room to tie a bow without any problems and have lots left over, which I didn't on my original one. I felt like I was like having difficulty with it. So there is that. All right. And then you just place that where you want it. And now let's do our little cover. So it is a standard card base. So 5.5 by 8.5 is what it was original start. Okay. It's so easy, right? All right. So I was thinking about this here, and using this ornament on top of here. I thought that would be fun. I have the little hanger piece. I don't know if I'll use that or not. I think it's really going to be fine just by itself on here, but I was also wondering if I would prefer it on this background. But I think I like it with the gingham. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like it with the gingham? Or do you prefer the ornament on the basic beige background? We still keep a green, garden green like border around it. But I kind of like the green. So tell me what you think. I will wait a moment. With the green. I agree. All right. Save that envelope. Okay, so this piece is just a garden green cardstock, and it's 4 1/4 by 3 inches. And then this piece is from that DSP that we've been using. It's 4 inches by 2 3/4. Okay, and I'm just gonna adhere these together. Like so. These are perfect for like just a little neighbor, mailman, you know, whoever. But what a great, like, think about all the little card kits that we have over the years. And if you don't use them all, you probably have card bases in it. You could just make a cute little box. All right, so I do want to put this on here with some dimensionals. So let me see. I have some mini ones here that I can use. So put one there and one there. Is that too close to the edge? There. And then one over here. Again, maybe too close. There we go. And one on this one. See if I can get it in the right spot the first time. All right, and then we'll put a couple across here, like that. And we'll put this on to the other piece here. So let's see. I was a little worried that after yesterday that my computer might have died on me, and but I did get it back last night, and then I thought, oh well, we'll see what happens today. Is that going to happen again? But so far so good. So all right, this is really the cutest little ornament. I just love these. And I think it'll be so cute on here. Now, if you wanted, you could add a little message on here, but I'm going to leave it very simple, and we're just going to add the ornament. I did try to figure out, like, how would I include this? I mean, I could do it kind of lopsided if I wanted, but I just don't think we need it. So I'm going to leave that off, and we're just going to add this right to the card piece here. And I'm just going to find a couple places where I don't already have a dimensional that I can add these without interrupting all of the things. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to add this right in the center like that. Okay. And then we'll add it to here with some dimensionals. Okay, so we have the corners that we can put dimensionals without having any issues. So I'm just going to trim some of these off. Okay. And then we're going to add that right to our little front. And what a cute box. We'll add some of the bling, and then we are good to go for today. Now, I am hopeful that next week we'll have our new kit, but no guarantee of that. All right, no guarantee. So let's see here. What we can do. I'm going to add one right in that center. And then put one here and one there. And I think that is good to go. Aren't these so cute? Let's put this one back together. You can see I gave myself a short leash on this one. with the string. I did not give myself very much length. So that's why I wanted to give myself more on this one, was just from that experience. And those are the cutest, aren't they? So I love to hear what you think. I hope you like the project we made today. I'll get our other cards out here that we made. So we made this one with the card base from the mix and match. And then this card right here, we have a bit of a like crumb cake theme going on here, and the red and green over here. So yeah, lots of fun. I hope that you like these and that you'll leave me a thumbs up. Invite people to my YouTube page. And I will see you back here next Sunday for another live for alternates with Paper Pumpkin. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and a week ahead. Bye, everybody.